Hi, I would like to talk a little bit about the subject of my fall course, who is the great Virginia Woolf. In my mind, she's the most important modernist writer, completely shifting the focus of the novel in general in the beginning of the 20th century from the ways in which Victorian novels were mostly about the role of the individual in society and where you fit in with the community and the world. And she shifted that focus completely internally so that the novels look at your mind, looking at the mindscape, what's happening inside the brain as your thoughts tumble from one thing to the next and flicker across the screen of consciousness, as she said. Um, Not a lot of plot. If you're looking for novels with car chases and jewel heists, she might not be your writer. But so much is still happening inside, not much happening outside, but all these things happening inside the minds of all the characters, just like all of us. It's about the secret things that happened in your secret mind that are really beyond language. If you think about the ways that in which your thoughts arrive in your mind, they don't arrive in sentences and words usually. They arrive in these sensory impressions of consciousness. And so she had this radical project to try to convert or convey this nonverbal thing that happens in our heads every second in language, in a medium that's sort of inadequate to do so, but she was trying to do it anyway. And I think it's so fascinating. And so in this course, we'll primarily be focusing on her three probably most important novels. Her most famous novel, which is Mrs. Dalloway, um, and then her, I think, greatest novel, not just her greatest novel, but the greatest novel of all time, in my view. You can fight me, but you'll lose. And that's To the Lighthouse. We'll read that one. And then we'll read a late novel of hers that's very important, that is a little bit more difficult because it's more lyrically structured. It's almost like a long prose poem, and that's called The Waves. It also has this really enjoyable, beautiful cover. I mean, everything is such a treat with her. Um, but she's a difficult read for a lot of readers, especially reading her the first time. She can be off-putting to people. She's got sentences for miles, but some people don't want to stay on the train for those many miles for one sentence. And so I want to look at how to make that more accessible for readers who maybe have found her a little bit daunting, because she can be. So you may be reading her for the first time, or you may be reading her for the 10th time or the 100th time, because as you know, you can read her for your whole life, as I have been, and the novels are just so layered that they just keep on yielding more and more. But in order to get a little bit better of an understanding of why they are constructed in this way, I want to look a little bit at her philosophy of art with you. So maybe look at her diaries a little bit, from the days when she's writing these and how she's thinking of why she's constructing them in this, for the time, radically unconventional way. Maybe look at an article or two about her philosophies of the structure of the novel. And maybe a little bit on her philosophy of gender too, because she writes so interestingly. She, as you may know, she's one of the first literary feminists as well. And she writes about that in fascinating ways too. And so you may be reading her again for not for the first time, but, or if you are, let's look at how to break it down and make it a little bit more accessible to you. And if you're reading her for the millionth time, you're gonna see things in there that you've never seen. You know that. That's why you're coming back to her. So I'm looking for my Berkeley readers who want to read her with me, and read these lush, rich, absolutely gorgeous texts together so we can dig into them more deeply. So I hope that you will join me.